I heard this and I just had to talk about it. I love AJ, by the way. I know that's going to make a lot of people mad. He was on the McCready and Siskey show, and he made this comment, and I'm just going to read it. And he says, referring to the loss and just other teams that they play in general, and I guess the competition for Alabama. And he says, you look at these other teams that have 40 to 50 million in NIL, and I assume he's talking about how expensive their roster is. Alabama, and I know this for a fact, talking to multiple people in the program, Alabama has less than 20 million in their NIL. So what I'm assuming he's saying is these teams spend way more money on their roster than Alabama does, and it just makes things tougher. And I just got to laugh. I just have to laugh my you-know-what off when I hear an argument or hear even a statement like that. That may be 100% true. But at the end of the day, last year you had the top-rated roster in college football from a blue-chip ratio perspective. In other words, you had more 4 or 5 stars than anyone in the country last year. And this year, you fall off a cliff all the way to number 3 in the country. I think what we're starting to realize, and maybe what AJ and other Alabama fans are starting to realize, is that Alabama had an incredible competitive advantage for 15 years. They had obviously one of the greatest coaches of all time. They had the most organized, I'm putting boosters in quotation mark, booster network behind the scenes that I've envied my whole life. They go by a bunch of different names, but you know what I'm talking about? That could go out and they knew how to go get players, and then they just got everybody. There's not a lot of schools that could organize the way Alabama did behind the scenes. And they had a competitive talent advantage. They just had better players than everybody. I think there were a lot of teams, a lot of schools out there. Texas Tech is a great example, that probably had the money to be able to compete, but didn't have the wherewithal or the organization to be able to do it and get away with it. NIL puts it all out in the open. Oh, now I can just do what everybody else has been doing for years and years and years, and I can do that, and I don't have to have this crazy black market network. I can just go spend. Let's go, baby. Fire it up. Let's go get some players. And now the competitive advantage is gone.